Now, Australia has, put simply, sent too many generations of people to university. They've particularly done so with things like communications or marketing or arts, and I'm guilty that I'm one of the arts people, sorry. But we have produced tens of thousands of people with university degrees who either go on to not use the degree when it comes to the job, or the degree is not really relevant to a job that's available. Instead, anyone who knows, if you've asked anyone to come round and fix something at your house, if you really want to make some coin now, you want a tool belt, not the mortarboard of which people graduate at universities with. Because these are very good paying jobs if you're able to stand yourself up as an ABN and then eventually a business that ends up doing more work. There's an awful lot of money for people who work with their hands. But there aren't enough tradies in Australia. We have made a moral choice as a country that going to university is better than your kid going to TAFE, that somehow it's a cop-out if your kid wants to look for a life in high vis, as opposed to back-chatting their grandparents about how racist they are because, you know, boomers, right? But there are people who believe that we have not got a problem at the moment with the number of tradies around, and that would be the CFMEU, who very politely say there's not a problem with any tradie shortage in Australia. Well, as anyone knows, you want somebody to retile your bathroom, to fix your roof, to put a top on the house, you're not going to be able to get a tradie available to do it anytime soon. And of course, the costs of it are all through the roof for a whole collection of reasons. But, you know, inflation's not a real thing. Nothing to worry about here. All the stuff that doesn't get made here, made in China, you know, nothing to see here. But another apparent policy that the coalition is going to take to the next election is a real winner. And it is to try to get back to the Howard era of things, where sure, the state will pay for you to go to university and you can pay them back when you earn 50 grand. Good luck to you if you want to go and study, whatever. But by introducing kids at school to the joys of a trade could well be a way to make sure that kids make the choice to work with their hands rather than just to do year 13, 14 and 15 at school, like sadly too many generations have. Now, of course, the left wants everyone to go to uni because they all end up voting a certain way. There are the odd exceptions to the rule, but you get my point. Anyway, the coalition is apparently moving to revive a Howard government-era skills in school policy to reverse flatlining trade apprenticeship completions, to encourage thousands of teenagers to attend technical colleges and fast-track young Australians into jobs. There was a speech that was given on Friday to the Tertiary Education Council. Wow, what a fun night that would have been. What a long weekend they've been having. Where the Deputy Liberal leader apparently said on Friday that the new pathways are needed for young Australians outside of universities and TAFEs. Now, Susan Lee apparently has said that there will be around 1.6 million secondary students in Australia, and only 1%, or some 20,000 of them, are involved in some sort of school-based apprenticeship or traineeship. This clearly should change. She also says about 243,000 students are doing vocational education in schools. The most popular skills are things like tourism, hospitality, sport, fitness and recreation. All things that, again, are not about going and doing a university degree. You start to learn some of those skills at school, you learn them at a TAFE, and then you get on with your job. Because, of course, part of an apprenticeship is that they'll help pay for you to go to TAFE, so you might work 1 or 2 days, TAFE 1 or 2 days, you get the idea. It's a smart idea, and I hope that they do it, because Australia does need many more things than just more people going to university. Now, again, I will not hide from the fact that I went to university and it was a particularly wonderful intellectual experience, but it has nothing to do with the job I'm doing right now. And many of the people that I went to university with, a long time ago now, but still, again, they didn't use what they learnt at university. Many of them, of course, like myself, have been able to pay back the debt, so it's all worked out. But Australians need, when we have our career conversations with little kids and with teenagers, to talk with aspiration about doing things with your hands or doing things that aren't necessarily connected to university. I've seen it in many families where you get to that point in time where a kid is 16, 17 or maybe 18. They're towards the end of school. What do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. Well, make sure you apply for lots of different things at uni. Why? Why should those people have to go into a process of year 13, 14, 15 at school when they don't have a particular intellectual want to go and study any of those things, and they end up with a debt that eventually they will have to pay back? Whereas when it comes to a trade, yes, there's some debt incurred along the way, but you actually start to earn money during the apprenticeship, let alone more money when you get to the end of it.